Greetings, warriors of the ring. My name is Strider656, and I'm thrilled to welcome you back for another adventure through Middle-earth. In this series, I'll be playing random ladder matches on Discord and showing you War of the Ring games from my perspective by only viewing my cards and sharing with you my thoughts and in-game reactions while trying to keep the end result a mystery. The other player is aware that I am making a video as I ask for permission before and after playing. Hope that you enjoyed this video, and I encourage you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Today's adventure features GJB. GJB is very active in the War of the Ring Discord. He joined earlier this year in late July, but has played over 200 ladder games. He's always looking to improve, and I played him various times. And so I'm going to share this adventure with you. Let's dig into it. Alright, so I am playing Shadow, and GJB is playing Free. I draw into Shadow's Gather and the Breaking of the Fellowship. Like normal, I don't allocate any eyes, and I roll one more. And here we go. So my first roll, I'm thinking, I'm probably going to use these to draw strategy cards. I do have Shadow's Gather, so I'm thinking of doing a quick do-rush to just jump start these guys. Breaking of the Fellowship, probably not going to use. Alright, so he starts by passing, and I start by drawing a strategy card to get the Fighting Urukai. Pass again, I keep drawing. Now I draw into Orcs Multiplying again. This is a great card, happy to see it. So I plan not to move my guys out of here or here yet, out of Dol Guldur or in Moria. And I'll wait till later to do that. So now I'm thinking I'm just going to do my regular moves and get Saruman in. Alright, he moves the Fellowship. Fellowship is safe. I muster Isengard to war. He moves the Fellowship again with the Will of the West. And he's safe. Now I move my guys from Barad-dûr to Gorgoroth and Farharad to Nirharad. He uses a ring to move yet again. So now I just need a 4. This is risky because he could go to Moria. I mean, I'm happy. I'd love to see me hit him and reveal him. Let's see what I roll. I roll a 4. So that's a hit. And I draw an eye. This is great. I want to see what he does with it. Will he lose Gandalf to a 1 and then end up in Moria? We'll see. I say 1R. I say get in Moria. He says crap. I say welcome. You are welcome here. He says Then I ask him, are you excited to draw 4 tiles in Moria? Then he says, Moria or a high pass, and kill Gandhi or not. I laugh. He says, tough choices. I say, yes, they are tough. And he moves the corruption from 0 to 1. And he goes to Bruinen, to high pass, to Goblin's Gate. So I say, I see you chose that path. And he does. And then I just move my guys up from Gorgoroth up to Morannon. And he does the standard moves of Westamnet and Old Forest Road. And I bring Saruman in. That's turn 1. We move on to turn 2. I draw into Shelob's Lair and Return of the Witch King. So I'm happy to see Swarm of Bats because now I can get rid of his scouts potentially. Alright. I don't know what he's drawing, but it's okay. He says FSP okay. I allocate 1 eye because I have to. Then I roll more. So this roll is awful because I can't muster anything. Thankfully, he chose to give me a ring. So I'm thinking on this turn, I'm definitely going to play Orcs Multiplying again to get these guys in there. And then I'll start marching up. Let's see what I do. He says, glad I am not stuck in Moria. I laugh, and I say, this roll sucks for me. He flips the Fellowship. I play Orcs Multiplying again like I said I would. And I put him in Mount Gundabad. Put him in Dol Guldur, because that's where they're supposed to go. I say, would you like to donate a ring to me? He says, you already have one. 2 would be unhealthy for you. Ask your doc about overconsumption of elven rings. I laugh. And now he starts moving the elves down. Let's see what I do. I play Shelob's Lair. Okay. And I say, for the kill later, maybe we'll let her do it. He says, I love spiders. Charlotte's Web's favorite book as a kid. And now he plays King Brandsman. Not happy to see this play, because I was thinking I'm going to take an easy do. But I say, nice draw. He draws another card from that. I say, not bad. But again, he's not able to use Gandalf's ability because he's using the hybrid die for it. I say, makes me think twice about going that way. All right. I decide to use my ring here to bring Sauron to war. Because I don't know if I'm going to roll a muster next turn, and it's better to muster now while I can. He brings the elves down again. And I move out of Rhiannon. And I move these guys towards Carrick. And that concludes turn 2. Turn 3, I draw into the Ringwraiths Are Broad and Shadow Lengthens. So now I have 2 cards that can make me move quick, which I'm happy to see. This is good for movement, especially considering I'm not getting much for anything. All right. Fellowship is okay. Do I allocate any eyes? I don't remember. Looks like I didn't. Yep. I roll no eyes. But I roll a lot of musters, so I'm going to get my military going. He'll get 2 free steps, but he also won't get Gandalf here. So I'm okay with it. Let's see what I do. He starts by doing a free movement. I move the Southrons and Easterlings. I'm thinking of mustering everyone to war here. Probably going to start moving people up. Well, let's see what I do. Was the Fellowship again for free? And now I'm all at war. He passes. Now I move my 1 guy up. And then I move these guys up. So it's pretty clear that I'm going to gather here. He says, feels like shadows might be moving soon. I said, they will be gathering. LOL. Next move. Or will they? He passes. Let's see. And I do it, because I don't lie that much on this. And there I go. He brings the elves all the way to war. So now I'm thinking I'm gonna try to get Woodland Realm under siege quick. And then let's see if I can get the Witch King this turn. I don't remember if I do. He says, make sure to have the Witch King say thank you. I say, thank you. He's very relieved. Oh, so I do get the Witch King automatically here. We'll see what I do, though. I attack Old Forest Roads, play my Scouts card. Play my Swarm of Bats. Let's see if he plays Scouts. He doesn't play any card. So they're super dead. That's like 3 hits. The North is flipped. Move down. He doesn't hit back. I move up. And it puts an elite in. And I attack Woodland Realm. And I leave 1 guy out so I can use Shadow Lengthens. That's what I'm thinking. Alright. Then I bring in the Witch King in. And I think I'm just going to move. Get ready for my Shadow Lengthens next turn. And I move my guys to Dimral Dale. And I move my Southrons and Easterlings to Umbar to bluff Corsairs of Umbar in case I draw it. Plus, I like to bluff it because then they get really nervous and start mustering Gondor, even though I have no desire for Gondor right now. All right, so move into turn 4. I draw on They Went and Horde from the east, which is a deadly strife too. All right. I allocate an eye because I have to. He doesn't declare. And I roll all of these eyes yet again. So this is painful. Let's see what he rolls. I say slow. WTF. He says LOL. Then he rolls a total army move here. So hybrid, and a muster. I think this is good for him because you don't want to move a lot on 5 eyes anyway, although you probably do want to kill Gandalf off. So I'm thinking here I'm going to use my Shadow Lengthens to start. Probably to get these guys here, these guys down here, and take Carrick in the process. And then I'll try to take Dale out, potentially. I'll see what I do. He says, oh my god, this sucks. I laugh. I say, yep, this sucks. And I tell him I'm not doing anything either, because I'm really not doing a lot right now. So he says what I said tends to happen with Free People players. He decides to muster Gondor because he's probably afraid of Corsairs. And I do my Shadow Lengthens. My guys fly across Carrick and take it. And my guys fly outside of Lorien. Looks like I forgot to move the north down. So remember to do it soon. Now I attack Lorien to get under siege. And he plays Dane's Ironfoot's card, so he's gotten like almost all of the do cards, except for Thranduil right now. I say nice. He says, would like to have waited. I say, just need Thranduil, which I said. I say, set. He says, yep. Now I decide I want to attack Woodland Realm. Let's see if I play a card on him. I might play a Deadly Strife. I don't know. I do. And he plays Advantageous Position. So here we go. I get 2 hits. I would have gotten 3 there, but, you know, I didn't. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So I got 4 total. And we talk for a bit. And we just remind each other that Advantageous Position is for the combat round. Only the leader reroll is still full. Alright, so he rolls 3 back. And I decided to press so that Thranduil doesn't become a problem. And I draw into We Come to Kill. And I decide I can get a 6 on 10 dice. So no card, no card. I do not hit, and I hit on the reroll. Last possible die here. So I say, phew. He rolls a 1 and a 4, so no further damage. And now he brings his Dwarven regulars in. And he moves his guys to Helm's Deep. Alright, so to move, and then I decide to muster up a Northank for my last movement, last action. Alright, we move on. Turn 5. I just killed Anna and they went, what did I just draw? Nazgul's Search and Musterlings of a Long Planned War. So I'm thinking I want to use Nazgul's Search to slow him down so he can't get Gandalf. Because if Gandalf is the guide, he can't just use like any die to hide. So it's a pain in the neck. That's why I kept it. And I get rid of the red tile because all these cards are good. And I'm happy with my choice. He says, Fellowship okay. Gandhi is late. It's turn 5. I agree with him. It is late. I allocate no eyes again. And I roll 1. And he has this beautiful roll where he can definitely probably kill Gandalf off here. He starts by moving. And I'm hoping not to hit him. So I roll 5. And it's a miss. Now I play Nazgul's Search to stop him. And make it harder to lose. I say sorry. Then I laugh. I say I know it's annoying. But I move my Nazgul around. Now I'm thinking I'm gonna take this turn to just take Gondor out. And I'm not doing any more do stuff. And then I move my... Yep. And I'm still moving my Nazgul around. Alright, and I'm good with that. Because I don't want to help the Fellowship get hit. So I don't move my Nazgul onto there, and I put them all in the south, and keep one on Lorien. Say, okay, back to you. He flips the Fellowship. So now I know he'll have to give me a ring if he wants to potentially lose Gandalf, so that he can use that Will of the West. So that's why I feel this is a perfect turn to take Gondor out. Because his dice, he's not going to use them to muster. So I move my guys up because I don't have Corsairs, and I move these guys to Minas Morgul. He says Corsairs never came. I say the Witch King wants to take the scenic journey through the countryside. He says Gondor is beautiful this time of year. I say yes, it is. And then I would see the Will of the West. I'm like, okay, I guess he's gonna move again. And I mentioned that I really like the play I just did. I compliment myself. Then I see this, and I'm like, oh, no. Oh, so Now he runs Legolas and Gimli to Erebor, which brings the North to war. So now I remember to do it there. So good. I'm glad that I didn't cheat here because I didn't want to. I don't try to do that. The dwarves go down. Now Dale is dangerous. So I immediately attack Dale from the five guys in the Fellowship because I don't want to risk endangering my Woodland Realm orcs. I don't play a card. He doesn't play a card. I get one, and that's it. So I'm happy. That's unlikely, but I got one hit, and he rolls back two. I'm gonna keep pressing because I don't really care about these guys right now. I need to get them out of Dale because I can't let mustering happen. That's my thought process here. He takes his one. He thinks. I say press. I said I'm gonna press forever with those dudes. He says thinking about fighting. And he retreats up to Erebor. He says all yours. And I get my point, and I get my two guys in there. And now I'm thinking with the rest of my turn, I do have the Ringwraiths are abroad, so I can fly my Nazgul, and I can move them up to potentially attack Erebor here. Because I can, yeah, we'll see what I do here. I've changed my plan now. This is discouraging for me. So I play Ringwraiths are abroad. I move the guy in the Fellowship, and then I go 1, 2, and they're all in Eastern. And then these two are just going to go up and attack into Erebor to get the danger out of the way, because it's a big army. I don't want them causing problems. I mentioned I had a plan for Gondor, but we'll have to wait. Passes. I decided I want to make my force stronger, especially if I'm a 5-1 going after a 4-3. All right, he passes, and now I move, bring the elves down 1, passes again, and I attack Erebor. He fights. So I'm thinking I'm going to use my Dread and Despair because I don't want to get hit, and I need to get them under siege. Even if I don't fight them, I have to squash this problem. So I choose Dread and Despair. He chooses advantageous position. So I'm rolling 5. I reroll 1. Forfeit 4, so I get 1. Just 1. And he can only roll 1 dice. He rolls nothing. And I press. And I draw into Foul Stench. And I'm looking at that leadership now, and I'm like, yeah, I'm playing this now. Because I don't need him to roll any more dice. I press, he stays to fight. I play Foul Stench, he plays Valor. So, good play on him. He's looking for 4s to hit. And I roll 1 hit, and I re-roll 2 more, so that's 3. He says he only sees 1 6, and I remember this is a field bound on a siege. He says yes. I remind him that I see 2 5s, and I remind him he hits on 4s, and he gets 1 hit. Unlikely. I'm super lucky here. So he takes his casualties. I press. He goes into siege. He's thinking about redoing his casualties. I do remind him that he has 2 captains of the West, so he's still rolling with 5 dice. So we decided just to keep it the way it is. And I say that was super lucky because it was. That battle should not have gone that good for me. I think I only lost 1 or 2 guys. All right, then the dwarves are fully at war. Now Gondor is at war. And I say the Gondor plan goes to hell. Because it did. My whole plan to take Gondor out has turned into not happening. And now Gondor is just laughing at me. So the Pelargir is just probably dying laughing. And now everyone can just muster up there. So Gondor is going to be a nightmare potentially if I go for it. I say, oh well. And I decide to draw a strategy card here. Because I used a bunch of cards in my last turn. All right. We'll move on to turn 6. I draw Palantir of Orthanc and Rage of the Dundanlings. I ask him, how's Gandalf? He laughs. He says, not a single Palantir. which is accurate. So I'm going to look at the stats right now of the rolls. He's rolled no Palantirs. He's rolled 2 Wills of the West, a lot of characters. I am +4 on Palantirs, and I'm minus on my army stuff. And I'm plus on Palantirs and Eyes, which makes sense. All I've rolled is Eyes this game. All right. All right, Fellowship is okay. I allocate an eye. Roll one more. And he finally gets his Palantirs here. So he starts by moving the Fellowship. I roll 1-3 and I re-roll. I miss. Safe. Now I play the Palantir of Orthanc to tempt him to use his Will of the West to take that out instead of potentially moving and killing Gandalf. That's my thought process for playing it here. Plus I have a Palantir I can use. He says, your orcs must speak blind. I say they are confused. And now he moves the Fellowship like I thought he might. Let's see what he hits here. I roll 4-4, and I re-roll a 5. I get a hit. So, I'm not feeling good right now. I'm probably going to hit him. And then I draw a 0 reveal. Talk about unlucky. I'd say LOL. Wild. I tell him, you can utilize the Gandalf draw. He felt left out. And I decide to play my Shadow is Moving so I can utilize a card. That's the card I want to use because Rachel the Dunderlings is not full in terms of full power. So I decide to use this one. So I go 1 up, 2 out, 3, 4. All right. And I draw into Stormcrow. I say, okay. And he's mustering Gondor up. Like I said, nightmares. But I could potentially still go for Dol Amroth here. I don't remember what I do. I attack Pelargir. Good, that's what I was thinking. I'm proud of my past self. I do no card. I get my hit. Lucky. And he does not hit back. He passes. Now I'm running. I'm like, here I come, Dol Amroth. You're going down. And I move my other guys up into Erebor, so it's a full contingent. He passes again. And I'm like, DA. There we go. I'm going to sit on you. And I'm going to use my last move probably to like attack Dol Amroth. And now he uses his Palantir. And he plays Círdan Ships. Oh, so, not too happy here. Really good use of the card. Great job baiting me. And, yeah, now Dol Amroth sucks. I say, damn it all. I say, should have known. I remind him to draw with Gandalf, and I laugh. Because Gandalf can finally do his draw. He says, thanks for the reminder. Of course. Set. And I use my last 2 actions just to muster up. So I bring one elite into Minas Morgul. And I decide to use a Palantir card. What am I doing here? Oh, I'm being brave. So it looks like I am attacking Erebor. This is risky. Because even though there's only 3 troops, he's still attacking with 5. He has 6 HP. I have 8 plus... I have 12 HP. But we'll see how this goes. Attack Erebor. I start with Great Host. Armand can play a card because he does have a companion in the battle. And I play Great Host. He plays Sudden Strike. So, let's see how he rolls. He rolls 4 hits on me. That's huge. Because I'm playing... My Stormcrow plan is going to be destroyed here. So I get 4. I say, ouch. I roll 2 hits. 3 total. Then he rolls 4 more. So he got 8 hits on this round. and I have no way to like protect myself. All right, so I'm down to 4 HP. He's got 3, and he's rolling with 5. So I draw into Denethor's Folly, which is not playable at this point because I took out my Isengard unit. I took my Isengard unit out just in case he had Spirit of Mordor. I do no card. He plays Heroic Death. I get 1 hit. He rolls none. This is super lucky. He takes the North Leader out. Now we're in the final round. Again, this is a danger of fighting Uruk-hai because I can't stop even though I want to. No card, no card. I get 1 hit. And he gets 1 back. So I'm super lucky. I say that was dangerous. And I say that sucked. And I draw my cards, Corsairs of Umbar and Candle of Corpses, which is Dread and Despair, which I'm happy to see just in case he sallies out. Then I remember to draw for the Palantir. Here. And I draw into Day Without Dawn. Alright, and here's our rolls. So I'm thinking I need to reinforce Erebor so the Witch King doesn't die. And yeah, we'll see what happens here. I say I think he should sally out, so I'm baiting him because I want him to attack out so I can use Dread and Despair on him. I mean, he could always use Daring Defiance, and then I'm in trouble. But we'll see what happens. He's just thinking about it. I roll on a dice but can only give up 2 hits. I say, right. You roll 4 dice total. Alright. So then we talk a bit. I say, it's your call. So he decides to play a power to great, which means Lorien has to wait. And I'm okay with this right now. He draws into another card with Gandalf. And now I play Day Without Dawn because I don't want him to get Gandalf the White this turn. That's gone. He hides the Fellowship. And now I'm just moving on to Erebor because I want them to be done at this point. What's my second movement? Okay, looks like I'm just doing step down in Mordor, in the Gondor area. So I move my guys to South Ithilien. So I'm thinking I want to threaten Gondor. And I'm on Erebor here, and I decide I want to attack it to get rid of it. So I play Dread and Despair because I don't want him killing me or hitting a lot. He plays Daylight, so we're both rolling no dice basically here. All right, so I roll nothing because I gave up all my leadership, which I should have given up 3, not 4. So that's a mistake on my part. He rolls nothing back, and I draw into Balrog, which I'm happy about because that's Lorien. So I could do Erebor, Lorien, and Dol Amroth. And that'll get rid of my 10. That's what I'm thinking right now. He passes. I attack Erebor again. This is like the never-ending battle in Erebor. Never-ending. So I think I just want to finish it at this point, and I play a Desperate Battle. And he plays Advantageous Position. So I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So my first roll, I get a 5, 6, and a 5. So that Advantageous Position totally paid off. So I can still re-roll everything, and I don't get any more hits. So I get 1. If the advantageous position was not played, that would be death for him. He hits 1, just 1 back. So he's having horrible combat luck. But he's still alive in Erebor. So like this is still happening. I draw We Come to Kill an Olagai. And now he starts mustering in Minas Tirith. I attack as Gileath just to threaten it. I get 1 hit. He gets 1 hit. And he retreats into North Ithilien. And I say, you can have it. Because, I mean, he's threatening the military here. But I mean, seriously, where's this guy gonna go? Like, he'll get that. That's one. And I guess he could try to get up here or try to move out. So I draw. We're moving to the next turn now. I draw Orc Patrol and Shadows of the Misty Mountains, which will help for my Moria siege if I need it. Fellowship, okay. I say that by accident because I'm not thinking clearly. Now we're into turn 8. I say, are you okay? He says, I am okay. Fellowship, okay. I allocate an eye. I roll no more. And he finally gets 2 Wills of the West here. So he starts by moving. He gets hit, gets a 2. So he finally, this is turn 8. We'll get Gandalf turn 8. Nothing I can do about it because I already got rid of my card. My Day Without Dawn. I say boo. I attack Minas Tirith to put it under siege, which I do. Because that needs to not happen. I say guards, guessing it might come out. He plays Gwahir Windlord, and I'm curious what he's doing here. So Boromir goes to Minas Tirith. So I say great. He says not yet. I play Denethor's Folly, so we can't play combat cards there. And he gives me his final Elven Ring to get rid of Palantir, which makes sense as I have all these Palantirs on this turn. Because I was planning to play Balrog of Moria just so I could get a draw. But now I'm not going to even do that. I laugh. I say this is going to be so glorious. I play Olagai. And Phlox, not to play, but just to get rid of Power Too Great. He says pass until even dice. I say okay. And I want to finish Erebor off. No card, no card. I roll 1, 2, 4, 4, 4, and I re-roll a 1, 1, 4, 1. So another fantastic battle in Erebor. No hits. He gets 1 back. And I say Erebor again, no card. And I finally get the 6. I don't know how many rounds of combat that was, but Erebor was ridiculous. And it's finally down. So there we go. And he rolls 2 hits back. And I play Shadows on the Misty Mountains to get my backup forces ready. And I muster a Sauron regular to Minas Morgul and Moria because I don't want him to just walk in. I changed my mind. He says, you said I could have it. I say, LOL. Nah. Okay, your turn. So now he brings Gandalf. He's thinking about bringing Gandalf and Lorien, which I think would be smart. That's an interesting idea. But he brings in a Fangorn instead. All right. And I draw a strategy card. I draw Threats and Promises, which is a horrible card, but it is what it is. All right, we go to turn 9. I draw into Wormwood Starwind Toilet, which is useless at this point because he only has 1 guy that could potentially die, which is Strider. And these guys here are just, they can use their guide ability. And I got Pits of Mordor, which is useless. I could use it for the combat effect, though, is what I'm thinking. All right, so I allocate an eye. I roll no more. And he has a beautiful roll, and I think Day Without Dawn. I have the moment of this is not fair. But, you know, that's what happens with it. You never know what you're going to roll. I say it hurts. This would have been so nice here. It was a Fellowship. I roll a 6. I draw 2. He takes the damage. And I decide to bring more Nazgul in. Because that way I can move all my leadership around the board. And potentially take everything out this turn. By everything I mean Dol Amroth and Erebor. Because I'm not doing anything with Boromir there. It's not happening. Was the Fellowship again. And I roll a 4. He's safe. He says, not really. Probably because he's worried about cruel weather, which I have a 50% chance of having. Because you can see my hand, I clearly have a 0%, but we'll see what happens. So I keep mustering my other Nazgul out. So I have no more Nazgul left in my forest pool. So they're all out at this point. I say I'm good with my cards with a bluff with a smiley face. He passes. And now I decide to attack that one guy because I don't want him to muster up and potentially retake Pelargir. That's my thoughts right now. I get my hit. He gets one hit back, and I put another guy out there. And now I decide to move all of my Nazgul around. I bring the Witch King to Lorien, and I bring the rest of my Nazgul to Dol Amroth. So that's my plan. You can see it. And by doing this, I could always use Corsairs of Umbar and muster up and continue, and then use that as an attack. That's what I'm thinking of potentially doing here. He passes, and I'm mustering in Umbar. He draws a strategy card. Now I decide I want to attack Lorien to see if I can get another guy maybe into Umbar, because I want to finish it this turn. That's my plan. I attack Lorien. I'm going to play Balrog because that's a smart card to use. And he chooses no quarter. With Balrog, it's 1. And a combat, I got 1. Just 1 more. He hits back nothing. Absolutely nothing. So that no quarter, it hurts. Poor guy. I say phew. I press and draw. I kill my 1 elite there. And I'm probably going to play Desperate Battle here. So I play Desperate Battle. He plays Shield Wall. So I need 5 total, at least. All right, I got 1, 2, 3 hits. 3 minus 1, which is 2. And he gets nothing. So I am so lucky here. Because I'm not getting hit. I say brutal rolls. All right, he moves the Fellowship again just to be safe. And I hit him, which is expected. I draw 1 reveal. He moves up to 4 corruption. And he draws into a 1. He just takes it. All right, and now I'm going to see if I can finish the game here. So here we go. We're going to start with Lorien. I choose Desperate Battle. I need 3. I got 1, 2 on the combat, and I get my 3rd on the reroll. Very lucky. I'll take it. He gets triple 6s back. Poor guy. Too little, too late. That would have helped earlier, but right now that's done. So the elves are dead, and I'm 2 points away. I say there they are, regarding his 6s, and I draw into a Deadly Strife, which will help me in my battle for Dol Amroth. He flips the Fellowship. And now I'm going to see if I can finish the game. So here we go. I'm playing Corsairs of Umbar. He starts actually thinking the turn's over, and I remind him that we're not done yet. So here we go with our battle. I'm going to open up with a Deadly Strife here. And I'm thinking he's not going to play a card, but he does play a card. It's a character. Plays Challenge of the King, which he can't play for the sudden strike. And he decides instead to play... We have some issues with the thing. He plays Confusion. And I'm playing the Deadly Stripe, but I lost it, so I just remind him I'm playing it. I don't roll any ones, and I get 5 hits, which is huge. He rolls 3 back. So I'm going to press till it's over. I don't draw because the Witch King is not here. So I'm just going to I'm going to hope for 6s here. No card. That's a no card forever. I get nothing. He rolls and gets nothing, and I keep pressing. No card. I got 1. He gets 2. I press again, no card. and I get him. So that was a great game. I'm proud to finish him up before he got into Mordor. That was my plan. Again, this game was very unlucky for him. Let's actually view the statistics. You can see just how bad his luck was. Give me 1 second here as I pop it up. All right, you should see it now. So if you look, he was -5 on fives, -1 on sixes, while I was +1. So very unlucky for him. He also didn't roll many characters, so this was very much on my side. But it felt really tough in Erebor. That was a really epic battle. But I do want to just take a moment to shout out JGB. He's fun to play, always positive, always a good sport, and he told me after the game that he'd love to be in an adventure with me. So, this one's for you, GJB. I really enjoyed this game. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to please like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.